Alright, welcome back to video. I think we're on video number 5, in which now we're calculating the number of periods instead of payments. Okay, so in this case, the formula we're going to use is the NPER formula. So it stands for number of periods. NPER formula. Hit tab and these are the items you need. You need rate, the payment, the present value, and then the future value is optional, and then type is also optional. As we've kind of seen the same kind of theme with most of the formulas we've been using. So number of periods. Let's go ahead and fill this out. So the interest rate says how long will it take for $1,000 to triple if it were invested in a bank that pays 6% per year, which is, if you can find a bank that pays 6% a year, you better jump on that, because that is not a thing right now. Okay, 6% a year. So interest rate is 6%. Payment is, I believe we're 0 on payment. How long would it take for that? Yeah, so present value is 1,000, and we want the triple of that, so equals that times 3, because we want it to be triple in 3,000. Let's go ahead and calculate the number of periods. First off is rate, then we have the payment, which is $0. We've got present value, which is 1,000, and then of course the future value. I believe I need a negative before the present value, but well, let's see. Yep. So your answer is $18.85. How long would it take? I'm sorry, that is, wow, totally lied to you. It is not $18.85. These are the number of periods. This is kind of where formatting can get to you, actually. So in this case, like, I just want a different format than this. Kind of looks to me like money. I mean, obviously, if I do this, it looks like money, but that's not representative of what it means. So let's do comma style. Let's actually get rid of 1, so we're at 18.9. Yeah, let's do that. Get rid of, yeah, there we go, 18.9. Do the same thing for here too. Okay, so second question, how long would it take if the rate was 10%? So let's take the exact same. So instead of 18.9 years, because we're calculating a number and how often. Well, keep in mind, number of periods does not have to be number of years. It can be number of months, it can be number of days, as long as this information represents the same. So, for example, if you've got a 6% interest rate per day, and your payment is, well, it's $0 per day, which that's pretty easy. But if your payment, as long as your payment matches your interest rate, as far as length of time, your N can represent any length of time. It can represent years, month, days, 37 days, like, it doesn't matter, as long as your interest rate and your payment are the same. Now, going to this question, how long will it take if the rate was 10%? So we're taking the exact same question, which is why I copied all this and put it down here. So instead of 18.9, we're going to change this from 6% to 10%, and we notice that our number of years goes down dramatically, which is actually kind of points to how powerful interest is in the world. Just a 4% increase of interest, or I'm sorry, 400 basis points of interest increase, you go down basically 7.5 years. Alright, so moving on to the next question. 10A, if you have $100,000 that was invested at 8%, so I can already tell you 8% is my interest rate. If you had $100,000, I think my present value is $100,000. You want to withdraw $10,000 at the end of each year. So let's go ahead and put in $10,000 for that. How long would your funds last? So this is nice. Oh, so your future value is 0. Yeah, because you want to see how long it lasts. Alright, so number of periods. We've got the rate, which is 8%. We've got our payment, which is negative 10,000. Present value, which is 100,000, and then your future value is 0. Go ahead and get that, and it looks like your money's going to last 20.9 years, or periods, whatever you dictate what those periods are. Oh, it says at the end of each year, so your periods are years. So your money would last 20.9 years, or almost 21. Alright, how long would they last if you earned $0? So let's go ahead and copy this over, because it's the same question. If you earned 0, this is actually a pretty easy question. If it's 0%, you can actually, it's a pretty simple calculation. It's going to be basically your $100,000 divided by your $10,000. You'll have to make this not negative, but it's, well, that's formatted incorrectly, but it's 10 years there too. So that's, again, this one's simple because it's zero interest, which if you have a zero interest calc, generally you can just, it's straight line. You don't really have to use any of these fancy Excel calcs or any fancy formulas to figure out what it is. Okay, that's the end for, what are we on? Number of periods, calculating the number of periods. So I'll see you in the next video.